Hello everyone, welcome back. It's about 10 minutes since the last video. I spoke with my mentor and we've decided that instead of putting the original queen from hive number 2 back into hive number 1, what we're going to do is try to get this hive number 1, to do an artificial or emergency queen rearing. What we're going to do is we're going to take a frame of eggs from hive number 2, put that in hive number 1. If there isn't a queen in there, they will use those eggs and draw an emergency swarm cell, or not a swarm cell, emergency queen cell, and create a queen there. Our concern is that with the rainy weather that we have had recently, that there is maybe a virgin queen in there that we didn't see, and she just hasn't had a chance to lay yet because she hasn't mated. If she is in there, and like I said in the last year, if we move this queen back in and put her in there, they're going to fight, and chances are, well, one of them will die if it happens to be the one good queen that we know is laying. Now I'm down to only one queen. So we're going to try this first. We're going to put this set of frame of eggs in there, wait 24 hours and see if they're doing anything with it, and by 48 hours we should know if they're drawing out an emergency cell. If they're not drawing out emergency cells, that means there is a queen in there, she just hasn't started laying yet. So either way, it's win-win, assuming that if there isn't a queen in there, they get the emergency cell drawn out and she hatches a queen, then that hive will be fine. So without further ado, I'm going to smoke this one a little bit. I'm going to go into number 2 first, look for a frame of eggs, pull that frame out and then close them back up, and then I'm going to immediately go into this frame, or this hive number 1, and go ahead and put that in there, take note of which frame it is, and then take a frame of probably just a foundation, put it in hive 1, or correction, hive 2, and reorganize things. So as I go through and reorganize things, I'll talk you guys through it so you know exactly what I'm doing. So just going to keep the camera out a little bit, hoping maybe you can see both frames or both hives in the shot. I'm not sure exactly how it'll work, but we'll see. So we're looking, this top box appears to be pretty much just foundation. I haven't really done much with it. I'm not going to take any time really looking at this. I'm going to have to break it free though. They have stuck it together. So I'm not going to bother with the ones on the edge really. I'm going to go right in here in the middle. And this is frame number 6 that I'm pulling out. There's cap brood larva. And I do see some eggs. So this is probably going to be the frame that I use. Make sure the queen's not on there. There's cap brood and larval in here. Some more eggs. So it's definitely going to be the one I use. It's got some cap brood on it too, which is good because, like I said, the number of workers in the one hive is significantly reduced. So again, just going to make sure that the queen is not on here. Get off there, girls. Alright, so I got a frame with eggs now. I'm going to put this over here for a second. So that was, again, that was frame number 6. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, frame number 6. I'm going to take the rest of the frames, move them closer together. And then I'm going to drop a frame of foundation in there. So I may come back. I wasn't going to inspect these until tomorrow with the scouts, but I may come in here and inspect this one anyway, and then do hive number 1 as a scout inspection one, as I look for sorry, trying to do too many things, as I look for the queen or emergency cells. So I'm trying to put this together pretty quickly. Didn't want to really disturb them too much, especially if I am going to go back and do a inspection. So I'll close these girls back up. So at this point I'm going into hive 1. Hopefully you can see that. So here's where it gets tricky. I've got to determine which frames I'm going to move. So I took out frame 6, so I think I'm going to put it back in frame 6. Do a quick look at this frame. There's one capped cell in there, nectar, mostly just dry cells. So what I'm going to do, drop this frame in there, into slot number 6. Do a real quick check. I'm going to triple check that there were eggs in there. I hate to put this in here if there was no eggs. Yes, I do see eggs in there. So I'm going to put it, there is some capped brood. I don't know if you can see it. There's capped brood here, so that means they will hatch. There's lots of larvae. It's a good brood chamber right here. going to go ahead and put this right there with the majority of the eggs facing towards the middle of the frames. And then I'm going to pull out this frame of foundation. And what I'm going to try to do is fill this bottom box full of full frames so that they're forced to move up into the next box. There's another frame of foundation. So if you're still watching, bear with me, I'm working through this. Now I'm going into a second box, and I'm going to pull out some of those frames that are full of nectar and capped honey and put them on the ends. That's going to be at least 2 frames. Now I'm looking, since I got this out, I'm going to look again for a virgin queen. And this is all just nectar and honey in here, so I can't imagine the queen is on this frame. Now there is some drone brood on this frame, and it's capped. I'm going to have to look, because I don't remember there being drone brood on this frame, but there could have been. If there wasn't, that is a sign that there was a queen that just she hadn't mated yet, so she started laying eggs, and they just weren't unfertilized eggs. So that's a possibility. So that's done. Like I said, frame 6 is the frame I put it on. Gonna button this up. This box is good. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the stuff that they're working back towards the middle and put foundations on the outside. I should have 1 extra frame of foundation that's going to need to go back in the hive number 2, which is the case. So that looks good. And I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping it is good. so now we button this one up nice and tight. Got a couple workers on this frame. So now we're back at hive number 2. Then just going to real quickly go in, put a frame in that one missing spot. So we should be good to go. I actually am not going to go back in to this hive. I think we did it relatively undisturbed. So I will go in this tomorrow when the scouts come. We'll do a video of that so that you can see. Hopefully we'll find the queen. That's why I wanted to do this hive with the scouts, because the queen is marked. They'll be able to see her. Be a little bit more enjoyable for them. But then we'll also take the opportunity tomorrow to go in and look at hive number 1 to see if they have been laying emergency queen cells. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that was pretty quick and painless. We'll see what happens in the next 24 to 48 hours, and I'll keep you all informed of how the hives are going. So again, thanks for watching. I hope to see you here again next time. Remember, every day is a new beginning.